Okay everyone, this video is going to be quite an interesting one. It's Injustice 2 based. It's the one that I said I was going to be doing about the team factions, the Insurgency, Society, and the Regime, because those are the three factions now. There used to only be two, but the Society is one. So I will go over what each of the teams is. So the Insurgency is Batman's side, which is the good side. The Regime is Superman's side, which is the bad side. And the Society is an anti-Justice League group that was made up by Grodd. So I'm going to read the character bios on the website and determine which ones are going to be in which factions, and then I will tell you which ones they actually are in, because some of them do say which ones. But I'm also going to tell you which factions I would put the characters in based on the ones they were in the first game in the comics. So that's going to help me determine who I would put in which faction. So, we're going to start with the Regime. So, Superman's Regime is one of the two major factions in the Injustice Cosmos, opposite of Batman's Insurgency. So the history says stuff about after the death of Lois Lane, her unborn son caused by Superman, who was drugged by the Joker with Scarecrow's fever toxin laced with kryptonite. As well as destruction of Metropolis, Superman decided the world was not safe from criminals and villainy, so he created the government in the form of a dictatorship after murdering the Joker in a moment of madness. So, some of the members that he has had in his regime is Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Robin, Sinestro, Solomon Grundy, Black Adam, and Bane, who, according to Ares, these characters were paid by Superman to join. And moving on to this next little section, we're just going to talk about how eliminating almost all the villains on the planet, as well as the heroes who didn't believe in Superman, Nightwing and Green Arrow, because they're dead, in the Injustice universe, because they didn't believe in what Superman was doing. His regime took control of the whole entire planet, which virtually eliminated something. It eliminated the criminal element. Eliminated the criminal element. He also forced several others to join him, such as Catwoman and Aquaman, threatening to destroy something they love. So, Aquaman did not choose to be in the regime, nor did Catwoman. So, now I'm going to go on the Injustice 2 website, read the little bios, and let you know what I think. So, starting with Batman, obviously he's in the Insurgency, because that's his faction. So, Batman's profile says, even after he's been exposed to the world as Batman, Bruce Wayne keeps his vow to avenge his parents' death by fighting for justice. He refuses to execute his enemies, believing that once he crosses that line, he is no better than the cowards that he battles. So, that says that he's going to remain on the good side. So, he's going to keep his insurgency. Superman is next on the list. So, after the fall of the regime, Superman now remains a permanent resident of a prison built to contain and suppress the Man of Steel. Still grieving his loss of Lois and their unborn son, Superman maintains that peace that can only be achieved through subjugation, but as a new threat looms, can old enemies forge new alliances. So it clearly looks like in the story mode that he's still part of the regime because he's fighting Batman and Supergirl. So either way, I believe Superman would be on the regime team, so that's where I would put him, because based on the things that he does, that's where I'd put him. Same for Batman, that's why I'd keep him in the insurgency. Next we have Wonder Woman. An exiled sister of Themyscira, Wonder Woman remains in hiding after the fall of the regime. Still an ardent believer of Superman, his rule, she awaits her opportunity to strike back against Batman and free Superman from his imprisonment. So she is still on Superman's side. So, because she believes in Superman's side, I would put her on the regime. Now, Supergirl is a hard one, but not so much, because I could basically determine what she's gonna do. So, as a child, Kara Zor-El witnessed the devastation of Krypton before she was sent to Earth on a mission to protect her infant cousin, Kal-El. Arriving on Earth decades too late, she discovered that grown-up Kal has been imprisoned. Still determined to protect her family and its legacy, Kara will fight her cousin's enemies as Supergirl. So, here's what I think Kara is going to do. She's going to fight her cousin's enemies as Supergirl. But once she finds out what Superman has done, like all the messed up stuff he's done, she's going to turn on him, not want to be involved with him anymore. And I believe that she's going to be part of the insurgency. But the thing with Kara, she's going to do what she thinks is right. So she's going to attempt to help Superman, I believe, and because that's her cousin. And I just also think she's not gonna be on the regime because she's not gonna be bad. So I would put her on the insurgency if it were up to me. I would put her on Batman's side. Next we have Aquaman. The Atlantean ruler has isolated his kingdom from the surface world's affairs after punishing defeat during the fall of Superman's regime. However, his determination to keep Atlantis independent may cost him. As new threats rise, can Aquaman swallow his pride to protect his people? So, Aquaman was forced to be in the regime the first game. And I think being that I believe Superman's still evil. Like there's some, since he's still part of the regime. I believe that maybe he would threaten Aquaman again about something that he loves, so I believe that again Aquaman will be on the regime. And so I guess that's where I would put him, on the regime. Next we have Atrocitus, who I'm going to read his little profile. Red Lantern Atrocitus seeks revenge against all members of the Sinestro Corps for the murderous oppression of his homeworld. He blazes a path across the galaxy, leading him to Earth. Sensing an opportunity on the post-regime planet, Atrocitus focuses on bolstering the Red Lantern's ranks by stoking the flames of rage. So, I think Atrocitus is just going to do his own thing. That he's not really going to be part of the regime insurgency or society. Maybe he's going to form his own Red Lantern group, perhaps. I think maybe he would do something like that, not be part of anyone else's faction. So I would put him on the non-affiliated part. So Grodd, we're on to Grodd. Obviously Grodd is the leader of the society, so I'd put him on the society. Telepathic brute Gorilla Grodd has long sought to prove his peerless genius by subjugating mankind. He's gone so far as to form an anti-Justice League, the Society, to once and for all smash their opposition using his intellect and telepathy. Grodd enlists others in his mission to conquer the planet and fill the void of power left by Superman's regime. So either what's going to happen is people are going to be on the regime side because Superman's going to be broken down in prison or something, or Grodd's going to try to get all the characters onto his society to fulfill the void of the power left by Superman. Deadshot. So it sounds like from his little profile, Lloyd Latin is a human arsenal. His aim lethal from any range. Having escaped imprisonment during the regime, he now enters the fray as an expert assassin for hire, forced to contend with the fact that Grodd has come into possession of the detonator to the personal explosive device implanted in his head. So Grodd is in control of the little bomb that's in Deadshot's head. So Deadshot's gonna be forced to be part of the society. So I would put him as part of the society. And it's not that I think he should be part of the society, but if Grodd's controlling him and can blow up the bomb, that's where I'd put him. So, Harley Quinn. Since the fall of the regime, Harley Quinn has found little solace in the incarceration of Superman. Still feeling a tremendous void left by Joker's death, she remains an unstable and uneasy ally. Resolute in her conviction, she refuses to let fugitives, assassins, or even criminals she once called friends stand in the way of her exacting revenge upon the man who silenced Joker's laugh. So, she vows to exact revenge upon Superman because Superman shoved his hand through the Joker's chest and killed him. So, she is automatically on Batman's side. Judging by the story trailers, she's on Batman's side anyway, so I put her again in the insurgency. Now, onto Flash. Once known as the fastest man alive, Barry Allen has hung up his boots in public shame after defecting from the regime. However, as a new enemy threatens innocence, the Flash returns to action determined to redeem himself. So this tells me he's not going to be part of the regime because he refuses to be part of the regime again. And he regrets his choice to be on that team because he thought at first, since they had good intentions, that it was going to be a good thing. Turned out they had bad intentions, so he kind of switched sides. So I will put him on Batman's insurgency, which is the faction I believe he's going to be part of anyway. So, Blue Beetle. Jaime Reyes sought Batman's help in learning to use the Scarab, an alien weapon of mass destruction bonded to his spine, bonded to his spine, bound to his spine. Although the Scarab could pose a deadly threat to the entire planet, kind-hearted Jaime is determined to protect people. Wary of the corruptive influence of great power he witnessed under the regime. So Blue Beetle is on Batman's side, so I'd put him on Batman's side because he sought Batman's help, so I believe Batman will recruit him anyway, so he's on the insurgency. Bane. After Superman's defeat, Bane was betrayed by the regime and relentlessly pursued by Batman. Having spent most of his life in prison, he is determined to take revenge against his former regime masters, turning Gotham City into a city where his rule is law. So, since that's basically what Grodd wants, what the society is, he wants to be in charge, I believe Bane will be part of the society. So I would put him in a society. Poison Ivy. Dr. Pamela Isley was once an innovative, radical botanical biochemist with a singular goal: make the world safe for plant life to flourish. She joins the society to further their common interest in bringing mankind to its knees, but at heart, Ivy's desire is to ensure that in any new world order, flora dominates fauna. So you'll either way with Poison Ivy. She could turn on them, as that's kind of the type of character she is, but she loves her plants, so and all that good stuff. So since she joins society to further their common interest in bringing mankind to its knees, I believe she'll be part of the society either way. Personally, if it were up to me, I'd have her do her own thing, but I will put her in the society. Now, Brainiac, I'm not really sure. Brainiac is a megalomaniacal genius who roams the universe collecting knowledge to increase his intellectual and scientific prowess. Obsessed with establishing his superiority, Brainiac captured Krypton's greatest cities and eradicated what remained, or so he thought. Tales of the last son of Krypton have reached far into the stars, and now collect their world and start to finish his accumulation of Krypton and discovers a new world worthy his collection. So Brainiac is basically doing his own thing. So he's not affiliated with the three factions because he is the big bad in the game. So Robin, raised from birth by League of Assassins, Damian Wayne has always struggled with Batman's non-lethal code of honor, and on direct opposition with his father, Damian seeks a new mentor in Superman, whom he considers to be more of a father than Batman ever was. So automatically Damian's in the regime if Superman's his mentor. So Robin goes in the regime. Black Canary. Dinah Lance nearly sacrificed everything in her fight against the regime, but was forced to flee. Before this was done, now with Batman restoring order, Black Canary has returned home and set things right, vowing to never again silence her canary's cry. So she's trying to set things right. So automatically, with Batman restoring order, she has been recruited by Batman to be in the insurgency. That's what I'm gathering from this. So automatically she's part of the insurgency to me. So that is where I would put her. Swamp Thing. Okay. The living elemental Swamp Thing is the protector of all plant life. What he refers to as the Green, as the violent affairs of humanity threaten to impact flora worldwide, he prepares to return to the fray to defend the Green from destruction. So Swamp Thing's kind of sort of doing his own thing. So he is in a non-affiliated group for me, because I cannot determine where he'd be. So Catwoman. Consistently walking the line between hero and villain, Selina's pilfering past Catwoman prevents Batman from replacing his full trust in her as the ashes of the regime give rise to the sinister society of Kid Crusader must once again speculate where this thieving feline's loyalties lie. I'll be right back. Okay, so Catwoman's gonna be doing her own thing at some point. It says she walks the line between the hero and villain. Selena Kyle's filtering past as Catwoman prevents Batman from replacing his full trust in her. So, according to a leak from the story mode, Batman sends her to the society. So, in my opinion, she's gonna be playing both sides. Meaning she's gonna be playing. Actually, she could be playing all three sides. And here's why. Because you can't fully trust her. She walks the line between hero and villain. The insurgency is a good team, so she will help Batman. But she will also possibly help Superman, while also being part of the society. So I would place Catwoman in the middle. Cheetah. When archaeologist Barbara Ann Minerva betrayed Wonder Woman to claim the powers of the god, she was unaware that she would be cursed to live a life transformed as a cheetah. She now uses her primal powers to take revenge against Wonder Woman, drawing her out of hiding in hopes of bringing about her doom. So, as well as I don't think that Cheetah is on Batman's side, and she's not on Superman's side, that automatically places her in society for me. And it looks like she's in there anyway in the story trailers. So she's part of the society. Cyborg. Victor Stone lost more than his friends at the tragedy in Metropolis. He lost his hope, his anger, temper, his loyalty for Superman. He has remained eager to serve the regime. With the world unprepared for the looming threat, he may be the only one who can combat the technological might of Brainiac. So, this tells me that since he has remained eager to serve the regime, he's part of the regime. Automatically, no questions asked, so he goes in the regime. Dr. Fate, powerful sorcerer Kent Nelson, was the helm of fate and sees the fate of all mankind, for better or for worse. He knows the war will end either by Brainiac's hand or in a war between Batman and Superman. Though the helm compels Kent to preserve his grim fate for the sake of order, his humanity compels him to intervene on behalf of his heroic friends and risk the unforeseeable consequences. So, Dr. Fate's a really hard one to determine. So he's somewhere in the middle as well. He's somewhere in the middle as well as in the non-affiliated faction. Because let's just say there's like a fourth faction that's non-affiliation. Green Lantern, rehabilitated by the Guardians of Oa. Hal Jordan overcame his worst fears from his time as a member of the Sinestro Corps. Now Green Lantern once more, he returns to Sector 2814 on a mission to stop Brainiac's invasion, proving to himself that he deserves a second chance at a brighter day. So, either way, Green Lantern's on a good side. So I wouldn't put him in the society, I wouldn't put him in the regime. I would possibly put him in the insurgency. and somewhere in the middle, because, well, that would make sense. To me, anyway. Firestorm's humans sharing one superpower body, Jason Rush and Martin Simon only beginning to master their abilities as Firestorm, however reconciling Jason's brash personality with Martin's more empirical approach is no small task. These two don't agree on much. One thing they never argue about is helping Batman rebuild a safer world. So they agree with Batman, so they are on their insurgency. So that's why I placed Green Arrow. It's been a hard travel road. Emerald Archer is this Earth's Arbor Queen gave his life in the fight against the regime. Now as an alternative, Earth's ally steps in to honor that sacrifice. He will join his wife, Black Canary, in Batman's crusade to set things right. So Black Canary and Green Arrow both are in the insurgency, so that is where I would rightfully place them. Since he didn't believe in what Superman was doing anyway. So, we are on the last three characters. So, Black Adam, after the fall of the regime, Black Adam returned to his home, defeated and humiliated, staying hidden from Batman's watchful eye. Kahndaq has become a safe haven for the regime's remnants. There they await the day that together they can restore the regime's rule upon the world. So he's on the bad side. Excuse me. So Black Adam's on Superman's side, basically. So he belongs on the regime rightfully. So Captain Cold. Okay, Captain Cold sworn to ending all crime. The regime hunted down and brutally executed every member of the Rogues, including Captain Cold's sister, Golden Glider, using his skill as a thief and his iconic cold gun. He now seeks his vengeance, and he'll gladly use the society to achieve it. So, because he wants to use society, that's where I would rightfully place him. That sounds like something Captain Cold would do to get revenge, so I'd put him there. So last but not least, Scarecrow. Scarecrow plays on the fears of the unknown to inflict terror on his victims, anarchists obsessed with using chemistry and psychology to spread and study fear. He joins the society in order to solve panic on a global scale. So, Scarecrow automatically joins the society, so that is where I will place him, because it sounds like something he would do as well. So, with that being said, that's who I think is on which faction. That's who I would put on which faction in Injustice 2. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be doing more videos about Injustice 2 as information comes out and so on. So leave a comment if you think this sounds about right, if you like this theory video, sort of. I guess that's what you can call it, since it's my thoughts. So like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.